Okay, so welcome back to Heretic Wargaming. Today I'm playing bugs. Normally I would be playing chaos, but I brought the bugs up to the shop and met up with this guy Luke. Hi Luke. So Luke's on the channel and he brought his space sharks, and so he said he's never played Tyranids, and I've never played Tyranids, so why not? So yes, we are Heretic Wargaming. I don't normally play chaos, but you know what? We're gonna play some bugs today, so this should be a lot of fun. We're playing 9th edition today. We have yet to roll up our mission or anything, and so Luke's got something going on to where he can't wear a mask, so I'm gonna remain as far back as I can, the 6 feet distance, right? So he's gonna record his army and all that fun stuff, talk about it, and I'm gonna record, talk about it, and so we'll do the social distancing thing. So being safe, right? Always safe. So let's go on to his army.
Hey there guys, I got Tyberos the Red Wake. He's my warlord. He has the Imperium sword, so he can reroll charges and gets +1 strength and attacks on the charge. He's, as he is, I have a lieutenant with a mastercrafted bolt gun and a Teeth of Terror relic chainsword. I also have a Master of the Forge Techmarine, who has additional relic of the Endurant Protector, which gives him a 4-up invulnerable and 5 toughness. So we have our Dreadnought, our Ironclad Dreadnought with a Hurricane Bolter, Melta gun, the Ironclad Assault Launchers. His name is Tristan. And then we have his buddy here, the Contemptor, with a Multimelta Storm Bolter in the arm, and his name is Mordred. We have the big Leviathan Dreadnought, who has Siege Claws with Melta Guns and the Heavy Flamer. His name is Siegfried. We have a Bike Squad with the Attack Bike with Multimelta. All the bikers guys have chainswords. And we have a Landspeeder with a Multimelta Assault Cannon. We have 2 squads of Scouts, one with chainsword, combat knife, 3 combat knives, and a heavy bolter. And we have a sniper squad with camo cloaks. We also have a 10-man intercessor squad. And then we also have a 3-man aggressor squad inside of a repulsor executioner. And that is my list.
All right, so on the bugs end, oops, sorry, hand in there. Bugs end, so we're actually trying some stuff out. So this is actually 2 separate battalions, Vanguard. One's a Vanguard and the other one's a battalion. So the battalion is got the Broodlord, it's got the Swarmlord in it, it's got 15 Genestealers, it's got 2 units of 3 Ripper Swarms, and this unit of Fleshborer Gaunts. And so those guys are all going to be Hive Fleet Kraken. The Warlord is this guy, and I'm actually giving him the, what's-it-called? The Psychic Probe thingy from Blood of Ball. Basically, +1, you can cast in a second spell, and he gets +1 to cast for the Broodlord. And then the second detachment is actually Hive Fleet Leviathan, and I'm actually doing a Vanguard detachment. So that's actually 5 Zoanthropes, 6. These are actually Hive Guard. My Hive Guard have not come in, so I had to proxy them today. 6 Hive Guard with the Impaler cannons. A Neurothrope, Neurothrope, that's one of the headquarters, and then the second one is a Malanthrope, which is this guy, and an Exocrine. And then I have 2 units of 10 Gaunts with the Spinefists, just because that's how they were modeled. So I'm actually spending 1 CP. I'm not taking a Warlord trait to actually do one of the adaptations. That's to give these guys, they ignore AP 1 and 2. And then the other adaptation, which I'm going to spend 1 CP for, is to give him a 5-up invulnerable save. So 5-up invulnerable save, ignore AP 1, AP 2, and 1 relic, because for some reason Tyranids have terrible relics and warlord traits. So, but that is the list for the NIDS. So let's go roll the mission and deployment. So we are deployed. So before the game, we weren't really quite sure what to rule these. So they are obscuring. So basically the base behind are obscuring on both sides. So like all that stuff I can't see. We also said heavy and light cover because they're rocks, you know. So you're going to hide on them. These are ruins. So ruin. Ruin, and then we're treating these as line of sight, and we said -1 to hit. Yeah, -1 to hit if you're within 3 inches and they're shooting through it, right? Basically because you're shooting at a building and the guys are hiding, and yeah. And then these are craters, just normal craters. So this is where we're working it out, right, Luke?
Yep.
We're figuring out things before the game.
Edition.
This is what you're supposed to do. So that being said, so deployment. So I've hid the Swarmlord behind this hill, and he's got his little blob of dudes right here. Next to him is some Leviathan Gribblies. I've got my Hive Guard hiding here. I put the Zoanthrope blob with their 2 support HQs right here in the middle. And then I have some Gaunts hiding behind this ruin right here. More Gaunts hiding behind this ruin along with the Exocrine. And Deep Strike, I have the 2 units of Ripper Swarms. So on Luke's side, behind here, he has his Landspeeder along with the Dreadnought on the side here. He's got his Executioner in the middle along with the bikes. There's the Red Wake dude, Tyberos,
Yep.
the Red Wake, along with 2 units of 5, or is it 1 unit of 10?
1 unit 10.
1 unit of 10 Intercessors. He's got his Leviathan along with a Contemptor and a Techmarine there in the back. Over here is 2 blobs of 5 scouts, and inside of the repulsor is his Aggressors, which is hanging out inside
Hopefully
of
the
it.
answer to 3 open votables.
Hopefully. Hopefully for him, not for me. Where's my dice? All right, are you ready to roll off there, Luke?
Yes, I am.
Let me grab a
Don't
Heretic
forget to
word.
mention the mission.
What was that?
First.
Oh, mission. Yep, thank you.
And secondaries.
So we played mission 2. I cannot remember the name of it.
It's Scorched Earth.
Scorched Earth, thank you. From the GT packet. So it's 6 objectives. These 2 are 18 inches from the very center of the table. These are actually 12 inches on either side of the center table at the edge of your deployment zone. So he's got 2 over there. And the special mission here is to raise. Neither of us picked that because you got to get to... Did you pick raise?
Yeah, I wanted to raise your objectives.
I thought you said
I was
banner.
doing raise and then line breaker. And then,
Oh, so you didn't do the banners. Okay.
Nope, I didn't do banners.
So you did raise. So he did raise. He did raise line breaker. I'll have to change that. And assassinate because I have a bunch of characters. On my end, I did bring it down because he has dreadnoughts for days. Line breaker because I got Ripper Swarms to come in, and the banner because why not? I got Gaunts. Give him something to do right during the game. So that being said, the all important roll off. So let's see who goes. I got a 2. He got a 3. Would you like to go first?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and I'll give you the social distance elbow across the table, and it'll be Luke's turn 1. Okay, so the end of the Space Marine's turn 1. So he basically just kind of scooched up everything, and between small arms fire, and big guns fire too, he killed 4 Zoanthropes, leaving 1 at 2 wounds left, 1 at 2 wounds left, yeah. Basically 1 wound off each of those. These scooched around, killed like 2 or 3...
3 of them.
3 of them. 3 Genestealers between shooting and charging. And then basically I mulched them back and moved forward a little bit. And that's about it. Pretty easy turn.
Yep.
Luke's feeling good. He's feeling really, really good. So, all right, let's move into Tyranids turn 1. All right, taking back something, so thanks to Luke. He was really nice. I forgot that I had Leviathan, 6-up Feel No Pains. So basically we just rolled back a few things that I could remember, and I got 1 Zoanthrope back, so yay! I mean, it's better than nothing, right? So let's move on to my turn. And thank you again, Luke.
Nope, no worries.
All right, so the end of Tyranids turn 1. So pretty good turn for me. I was able to shoot the Exocrine with the +1 damage. Did 6 damage to that Contemptor there. He's at 4 wounds after he popped Duty Internal, so that's pretty good. Was able to actually kill the Repulsor Executioner between smites. A bunch of smites and stuff over here, and then the double shooting with the Hive Guard. Was able to kill it, and 1 Aggressor died on his way out. Over here on the right flank, so Swarmy came up, charged, killed all those scouts right there. Genestealers came up around the building, charged. We killed the Techmarine, but I had to fight twice to do it, and I lost a few more. Yeah, so I'm down to exactly 10 Genestealers now. So the reason why I double fought was basically I wanted to remove the Techmarine, so now he has no way to actually repair these 2, and basically just slowly grind this flank down. So pretty good turn. Right now the score is 3-0. So at the beginning of Luke's turn, he does control 1 objective. So he will go ahead and get 5 points for that. So it is 5-3. And we will move on to the Space Marines. Oh, that's turn 2. We move on to the Space Marines, turn 2. Okay, so the end of Space Marines turn 2. He did really, really well. Just so you guys know, I can't make Storm Shield saves. I lost all those to bolters. But it's all good. So basically lost almost all my Zoanthropes. I have 1 left in both squads. I don't think he took damage, did he?
I think that was, yeah, left over.
Okay. Yeah, I have 2, basically 1 from each squad. 1 Gaunt left from that squad. Yeah, I'm basically running out of dudes over here. Over here on this flank, so he actually took 9 damage. So he's down to 3 left. 9 damage from a charging Contemptor, and put him down to 3 wounds. Wait, maybe it would have mattered. It would have mattered, so let me spend that. So basically I CP rerolled 1, and I thought it wouldn't have mattered as far as tiering goes, but it would have. So yeah, so he'll have 6 wounds left, and I'm down to 2 because I get 1 from a turn. Other than that, he basically just kind of scooched up. He's abandoned all but that objective, so interesting. You have tactics.
Yep.
I don't know what your tactics are, but it's interesting.
I'm trying to get into your line and raise your objectives.
Yeah, he's trying to. Oh yeah, that's right. You have the raising the objective one.
And then
So,
once I get into your deployment,
so he doesn't have any for raise or line breaker yet. Assassination.
I haven't killed any characters
You have
yet.
not killed a character yet. So at the beginning of my turn, I hold 3 objectives, and I hold more than him. So I get 15 points, and I got a bring it down point for killing the Contemptor that charged me.
Yep.
And that brings me to my turn 2. So let's see what Tyranids do on turn 2. So the end of Tyranids turn 2, the Swarmy has basically swung way over here and killed a bunch of dudes along with his buddy the Exocrine. Over here, I psychically lit up the the Dreadnought. There you go. Blew him up, and then a few psychics and some shooting and a charge later, was able to kill all the rest of the bikes and the LTs at 2. That speeder's at 1 wound. I'm actually out of CP. And yeah, we scored a boatload of points that time. I got another 4 points for my Bring It Down, 4 for Linebreaker, because both units of Ripper Swarms came in the corner there. So that's how you get Linebreaker. And the 2 for the banner. So at the beginning of Space Marine's turn, he controls 1 objective, so he gets 5 points. Boo. And let's move on to the Space Marines turn 3. So the end of Tyranids, or sorry, no, Space Marines. It was Space Marines turn 3. So he scored. Yeah, he scored 3. His Leviathan has ran around this crater here. It is coming towards my objectives. Here, Swarmy fought Tyberos and just barely lived with 2 wounds and killed the rest of the Marines right there. Over here, he shot everything into these 2 Zoanthropes, and I made my saves. It was great. It's good when you make saves. And I did heroically intervene with the Malanthrope, because why not? Up here, he ended up charging the Broodlord with the 2 Aggressors, and they killed him right out. But that's good. That's fine, because at this point, I got 15 points, because I do hold 2 objectives, and I do hold more than him. So I just got to hold this. I got to hold out, make sure I don't get tabled, and we will see what ends up happening on turn 3 for the Tyranids. All right, so the end of Tyranids turn 3. So at this point, points-wise, there's no way that Luke can catch up, but he wants to see what his Leviathan can do. He is completely undamaged, so he has a Leviathan left and a Lieutenant. I was able to split shots on here, killed Tyberos and the Aggressors. Exocrine helped kill Tyberos. Fell back there. Blew up this Landspeeder, which killed a Zoanthrope and some other dudes. And yeah, I ran a Gaunt, double ran a Gaunt, and he's holding that objective and placed a banner. So we'll just come back at the end. We'll show the carnage that the Leviathan has wrought, and we'll get Luke's thoughts at the end. So stay tuned. All right, so we just kept playing. I don't even know what turn we're on, but basically the Leviathan came, killed the Gaunts there, then killed the Hive guard there, and he's still alive at 2 wounds. So.
Plus burned an objective.
He did burn the objective too. So yeah, we don't know if we're on 5 or 6. So
I think it's 6.
We basically just stopped counting a while ago. But anyways, it was a great game. Tyranids won. What were your thoughts?
I think it was a good game. The psychic powers were really good in your favor. I think that was a crucial part of your victory, and I got caught up in the middle. A little more bottlenecks than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
And I think that's what cost me doing any of my objectives. And I think I may have gotten, or I wasn't really unlucky. I think it was a good game. I just wasn't able to achieve my strategy based on how things worked out.
All right, man.
It was a good game, though.
Yeah, good game. Social distance elbow from across the table. Yeah, no, great game, man, and I hope to get you back, Luke. And yeah, it was a good game. I loved playing the Tyranids the first time. I can't make Storm Shield saves, so I'm never playing Space Marines, I guess. So, that being said, I will see you guys on the next battle report here at Heretic Wargaming. Hey, Heretics, or should I say the Hive Mind? Yeah, we're the Hive Mind today. So yes, I know I am a chaos themed channel, but so Lucas pulled my leg. Wink. So Lucas said that he had never played against Tyranids, and he really wanted to play against Tyranids, and I brought Tyranids with the plan that I was going to actually play, because there was actually a couple people up there with chaos armies, but they ended up playing each other and stuff like that. So he was like, I've never played Tyranids, can you play your Tyranids? And I was like, okay. So I apologize for you guys. I know you guys are used to me playing just chaos stuff, right? And honestly, it was great. It was great breaking away from chaos for a little bit and just learning something new, right? And playing with the army that I spent a lot of money and a lot of time fixing a lot of the issues with the army I bought. But that being said, thank you so much, Lucas, for being on a video. I appreciate it, buddy. And so like I said in the video, you guys saw he wasn't wearing a mask, and he has a medical condition which wouldn't allow him to. So yeah. So we were safe. You use hand sanitizer, all that fun stuff. But and I stayed as far away on the other side of the table as possible, so when we would roll and stuff like that. But that being said, Lucas was a great opponent with a very interesting. I love the fact that he was playing Space Sharks and the like little shark teeth. So he had like I don't know if you guys saw on his models, but he had like it was like little baby shark jaws over their masks and stuff like that. It was really cool little touch, so I really enjoyed that. So love that. And he was doing a custom chapter, so that was interesting too. I thought, like, after the game, I thought, like, why didn't he do, like, a custom chapter and use, like, Raven Guard stuff? But he ended up using most of his CP anyway on various stuff, so I'm sure he has a purpose. I don't know. Maybe Lucas will tell me that after this. As far as his army goes, so, you know, this is my first game of 9th against Space Marines, and I win! Yay! The damn curse of the Space Marines. But, yeah. So the Repulsor Executioner is still something to be feared. 100%. I don't think I could have actively dealt with it as well as I did if he didn't move into Hive Guard range. Now, caveat to that, right? You have to be mobile, and you kind of have to move around the table, you know. Had he stayed on the back edge where he was at, he would have not been able to shoot a lot of his, like, small arms fire, which is actually what did a majority of the damage on turn 1 from it. So so he moved it forward to be aggressive, and just so happened to move into Hive Guard range. So I think he could have moved out, and I could have definitely deployed the Hive Guard, I think, better. Maybe towards the middle there, behind that little ruin there, because he wouldn't have been able to see them from there anyway. But I really enjoyed being behind that rock. That rock was really cool. But but the Repulsor Executioner was definitely a beast. The Intercessors are still they still punch real hard, and same with Aggressors. I really was like hesitant about his layout. So the fact that he had the exploding sixes in close combat, I was like, I mean, would this really come into play? And it actually did quite often with that Contemptor Dreadnought. You know, he spiked a bunch of sixes and ended up turning like 4 or 5 attacks into like 7, which is huge. Like that's big on something like a Dreadnought. So the exploding sixes is actually pretty cool on Space Marines, and I would expect that we might see that more. So and then he did the stealthy thing, but luckily, you know, Hive Guard, they ignore cover. So yay, Hive Guard, you guys are awesome. Hive Guard are amazing, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but That being said, his army is really cool, and I do look forward to more games, Lucas. I believe this was like his first or second game of Ninth. He's watched a lot of battle reports, and maybe he watched this one. So I hope you learned a lot, buddy, and I do look forward to getting another game. Now, as far as the first game of the Tyranids, aka Hive Fleet Bubblegum, which they will be painted all pink eventually. I've got other things to paint first, but they will be pink. So I actually really enjoyed that list quite a ton. Now, like I said, I could not make a 3-up save to save my life. He was actually laughing at me. He's like, the only thing keeping me in the game is your dice. And I was like, Now, I will say, caveat to this, so they didn't cap your smites, right? And it is something that's been something very contentious. And we talked about it, and he's like, yeah, that's how the rules are written. And having talked to some of the bigger players out there and guys who have been around a lot more playtesters than it sounds like it's actually intended. It sounds like, Thousand Suns and Grey Knights will not be getting the non-escalating smites back, but it was intended that, characters can cast multiple smites because they're basically trying to pigeonhole you into casting other spells. So, I was like, you know what? I will go ahead and cast Smite multiple times with these Zoanthropes, which I did. And Zoanthropes casting Smite multiple times is like dumb. Not gonna lie. That first group of Zoanthropes, I passed both my smites the first time, and I did like 9 wounds or something like that, because it's 2d3 damage, right? For a unit 4 Zoanthropes. So it's something to watch out for. 100%. Like, I'm gonna be eyeballing that now, especially until we get a fact or knowledge one way or the other. I did it and I was like, wow, okay, this is kind of powerful. On that one unit, right? A normal guy smiting, if they want to use both their spells and spite, go right ahead. A sorcerer or whatever. I could see it being like more powerful on like a Lord of Change or like Magnus or something like that. But like I said, we'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe it was intended, and then Magnus is gonna have a whole new lease of life, right? When you're casting 3 smites, right? But I only did it like one time the entire game, so just caveat to that. I wanted to let you guys know I did use it the one time because I was like, you know what? I want to see what happens, and did quite a bit of damage with those Zoanthropes right there. But Zoanthropes are very, very impressive. I was a lot more impressed by Zoanthropes than I thought I was going to be, especially with the Neurothrope nearby, and so I did like a bubble where it was a Malanthrope, Neurothrope, and 10 Zoanthropes, and with the -1 to hit, 3-up invulnerable saves, and 6-up feel no pain from High Fleet Leviathan, it was actually really good, and I was highly impressed. Now they do suffer a lot by the fact that they can't fall back and smite, right? So he did charge me with like a Landspeeder. I know it's not a big deal, right? It's a Landspeeder, right? But had it been something hardier, like let's just say Aggressors or Centurions, that would have been rough, right? Because I can't smite a Centurion off of my Zoanthropes, right? Most likely. So it was brutal. The Exocrine was pretty good. I did enjoy the 5-up Exocrine. The Broodlord was just kind of a tag in there, and the fact that he actually did something was amazing. Had I not rolled that 6-inch advance, which, High Fleet Kraken advancing and charging is pretty cool. I should probably look. Oh no, I think I might have cheated. I don't think a Broodlord can advance and charge. I'm sorry. I guess I would have just cast Onslaught on him on that turn. I don't know. I think I cheated you, Lucas. I'm sorry. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go grab the Codex. But anyways, had I cast Onslaught or whatever, I was glad that he actually contributed a little bit, even if I gave him a few points for assassination. Genestealers are still very, very good. I think people are underestimating just how impacted Genestealers are. Now, they are incredibly expensive, not gonna lie. But the one squad, I played him on the flank, and even had he not charged me and gave me that little bit of extra movement, I would have definitely cleaved through quite a bit with those Genestealers, and and it was amazing. I liked playing Genestealers. And at the same point, he knew exactly what was going on and what I was going to do with them, so he had planned for it. But what it does is it forces your opponent to play differently, right? Like a Genestealer bomb is not something somebody can just ignore. They have to play around it, or they have to be prepared to actually take it. So I actually took him by surprise because he thought I was just going to eat all the scouts. No, I actually went for the Techmarine because I wanted to stop him from scoring that objective too, which completely halted his chances of like really going on the scoreboard, and spending the 3 CP to actually kill the Techmarine was actually kind of a big deal. Now he did have a relic that made him toughness 5, so y'all are probably wondering how the hell did a Techmarine live through 7 Genestealers swinging at him. And I had to swing again and had another 8 swing into him, and it's because he had toughness 5, a 2-up save, and like a 4-up invulnerable or something like that from the relic. So just made him really, really hard to kill, right? So I really like those. Hive Guard are just, they're so good. They're so good. I ran him as a Leviathan just because of points, and I needed to how I had to squeeze stuff in. I had to basically get rid of. I had 3 units of Zoanthropes, got rid of 1 to squeeze the Hive Guard in there because I did want to mess with the Hive Fleet Kraken stuff, and I liked it because I figured what the list was, what the intent of the list is to do is to basically push people back, allow me to take the field with the Zoanthropes and my cheap little units of Gaunts, throw the Genestealers up the field, maybe kill something, or just get annoying or hide behind something, and that's kind of the way the list plays, right? And then just pick at you slowly with Exocrine and Hive Guard shooting at you. But hiccup. But I really, really enjoyed that Tyranid list. It was a lot of fun. And then Ripper Swarm's deep striking in the back was just so like. One thing you guys need to watch out for is any list that can do easy deep strikers like Ripper Swarms, right? 36 points for 3 guys that can just deep strike anywhere. Def Coptas, I guess you could do Nurglings, like if you want to just deep strike your Nurglings, right? Spend a couple CP to do that. That is a fantastic way to get Linebreaker. Like a lot of people are talking about how Linebreaker is just incredibly backbreakingly hard to get. And I think it can be, but if your opponent is, because the game it's forcing you not to be stagnant. You can't just hang out on the back edge of your board, right? And if they're using units to kind of zone you out onto the back edge of the board, they're not using those to control the field. So stuff like Ripper Swarm, stuff like Nurglings, anything that you can just deep strike in and just be there and score you those 4 points a turn is kind of a big deal. Not gonna lie, like I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. But once I saw an opening, I was like, oh cool, yeah, like he's not gonna send a Leviathan back there to deal with some Ripper Swarms, right? Well, I mean, he might have because he would have denied me some points, but I was like, most people aren't going to do that. So I was like, yeah, I'll just throw these on the back corner and see what happens. And he did. He ignored them. He just went up the field, and I got the full points for it. So really, really good, though. It's definitely, it's given me some thoughts for my demons, given me some thoughts as far as chaos goes, obliterators. Obliterators are fantastic units, but maybe I deep strike them into your deployment zone and then throw something else up there with them and get those Linebreaker points. So Linebreaker is I think easier than people are actually expecting it to be. I was quite surprised by the fact that you took it, Lucas. If you watch this, I was really surprised he took that one. And I think it was more he was like trying to mess with stuff, and I don't know how familiar he is with ITC. So, and the reason I took Linebreaker was 100% because I had those Ripper Swarms. I was like, okay, or if the Genestealers get up there, that's another way to get the Linebreaker points. So, no. Really enjoyed playing the Tyranids. I know, I'm just kind of rambling, and it was a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot about 9th edition, a lot about positioning, a lot about the power of terrain, right? Being able to hide stuff like an Exocrine is just, it's such a boon. I saw that Repulsor Executioner, I was like, crap. How am I going to deal with this? And I was like, oh yeah, I can just kind of hide from it. I mean, it took out like 2 or 3 Zoanthropes in the first
the first turn shooting them, but you know, I'd rather sacrifice, you know, 150 points of Zoanthropes than you know, my Exocrine, who is basically my one long range shooting platform along with the Hive Guard. So but no, that was a great game. Sorry, Lucas, I'm pretty sure I cheated with that Broodlord. I mean, he killed a bike. So I guess we'll call it fair. There you go. He did more damage with smite than anything else. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the first battle report where I didn't play Chaos. First time ever. And I promise you, the next battle report will be Chaos. I actually have a Chaos Demons list that I've been raring to play. And now that I have played Luvarius's Death Guard list, and now that I have satiated my hunger for playing Tyranids, next is Demons. So that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check us out on Facebook, Discord, or check out our Patreon if you feel a little bit generous. But until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next battle report.